Welcome back to the channel. Thanks again to all of our subscribers. It's really awesome to see that support. As mentioned in other videos, we don't have a whole lot happening. We're still about 40 days out from relocating the homestead. So today we just wanted to do a fun video, introduce our house bunnies, and hope that some of you guys out there that might have house bunnies of your own, that you can share some of your setups and give us some ideas for how we're going to set up our new bunny hutch and bunny playground when we get to the new homestead. The hutch I built, basically it's just a little security shack for these guys. When we let the dogs in the house or when other people are around, they get quite nervous. So we just kind of built this to keep them in. They generally only spend the nights in here. The rest of the day they are either out in the chicken run when the weather's nice, or we have given them a space down in the basement that we'll go ahead and share with you guys. In the morning we just kind of gather them up, and we try to remember they don't like being picked up, so we try to support them as much as we can and keep them comfortable while we move them down to the basement. And contrary to popular belief, they do not like being grabbed by their ears or the back of their necks, as you may see in auction houses or shows. We like to try and keep them good and supported so that they don't get too scared on the walk down. Okay, Freya is usually the first one to go. For any of you fans of Norse mythology, we named her after the goddess Freya. Very appropriate. She's a sweet little Netherland dwarf lionhead cross, and I'm going to go ahead and put her down now because they don't like to be up off the ground very much. So we've set up an area downstairs in our basement. We put down carpeting because they do not like lino or hardwood floors at all, and we pretty much socialize and interact with them on a daily basis, even just the moving up and down. And they're quite fun, quite timid little animals. They are not as social as some of the bigger rabbits we've had in the past, but they still like to do tricks, and they like to get their treats when they do their tricks. They just love banana chips. We usually buy, if we see a good price on bananas, we'll buy a whole bunch and throw them in the dehydrator. Try not to feed too many of them. You don't want to give these guys too much sugar. But they're quite fun to have. And this is Gandalf. He's a brother to Freya. He's also Netherland dwarf and lionhead cross. Appropriately named. When he puts his ears up just right, he looks like a little wizard, so we named him Gandalf the Grey. And he likes his little treats as well. He's a little grumpier than Freya is about getting picked up and moved, but they can never resist. We also make little carrot treats for them. Same concept. We grow our own, so with all our excess or ones we're not going to keep for processing, we just stick them in the dehydrator and they make crunchy little treats that these guys love. It's our litter box setup. It's actually an old large dog carrier that we just pop the top off of. I love the ABM litter. I don't know if anybody else has found something better. I've tried a lot of different litters, but that the animal bedding, it's made from pine, compressed pine, I believe. It seems to put off the less dust and everything. But anyway, we found them super easy to house train. We just throw the hay in on one side and make sure the thing's covered with the litter. And if we do need to take them anywhere or go to the vet, we just pop the top back on and put the cage on the front, and they're quite comfortable being moved around in their own little box there. So winters here can be kind of long and brutal, and we feel bad because generally in the summer we let these guys free range outside in the chicken runs and they just love it. So one thing we do is set up this little playground area that you've probably seen in the videos, but another thing we do is we get tons and tons of dandelion and alfalfa and our carrot greens, and we just kind of hang them, dry them, and they make great little snacks in the winter. Again, moderation. We don't feed this primarily. They just get their Timothy hay. But these are nice little treats that they would more or less nibble on when they were out grazing in the summer. So we've been trying to train these guys to come when they're called. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. They're a little more easily coaxed if you've got a nice treat. Fresh banana is something I have every morning, and they tend to want to share it with me. So we're going to see if we can get them to come up and visit for a minute. Again, sugary snacks are just meant for moderation, so I do just give them little bits and pieces. I try not to feed them too much. Sugars aren't really the best thing for rabbits, but it's okay to give them some treats from time to time. This little one will sometimes start to climb all over you. Thank you guys for letting us share our house bunnies with you. Disclaimer, we did mention we let these guys outside. Please use extreme caution when putting your bunnies outside. We have a pretty well-built enclosure that they're very safe in, very difficult for them to get out of, and very safe from predators, but we only do it for a couple hours here and there when the weather's really nice. For the most part, they do stay inside, and if you do put them outside, make sure you're with them and keeping an eye out for predators and making sure they're not getting out on you. And again, we are going to be out of here in 40 days and starting our new thing. We'd love for you guys to share some of your setups and give us some ideas on how we should set up our new. With the clean slate, we're excited to set something up even better than what we've got right now.